caregivers! Today I'm going to show you how to make sourdough bread. This is a great way to get some healthy nutrition in and to have a fun activity with the person you care for. I hope you enjoy. You're going to start by adding 100 grams of rye flour and 200 grams of unbleached all-purpose or bread flour. You're going to mix those together. You will then take a quarter cup of the mixture and combine it with a quarter cup of water and put it in a glass jar. This is going to be the beginning of your starter. You will then save the flour mixture in an airtight container to be used to feed the starter through the coming days. I'm going to show you how to feed the starter. So we've done the preliminary mixture here. We've got it covered in a glass jar, which is what they say typically works best. So now what we need to do is we take the flour mixture that we created yesterday, do the same measurements that we started with. So it was a quarter cup, a mixture of the rye flour and the regular flour. Put that in there, and then you mix it with a quarter cup of water. And then you mix that with this rubber spatula. You just give that a mix. And you want to do this at the same time every day. Otherwise, it works best to do it at the same time. And so you do this for 4 days. The same thing at the same time, mixing with a rubber spatula. And then you cover it back up, and it goes in its nice dry place, and you're done for the day. Starting on day 5, you are going to switch from the mixture that we made to the just regular white flour. So you're going to do the same measurements, but it's going to be just the white flour, and you're going to do it twice a day. So it's recommended to start, do at the same time every day. So in the morning, you're going to do the same amount of flour, so the quarter cup of flour, and then the quarter cup of water. Again, you stir it with the rubber spatula is best, and you'll notice that it might start to smell a little funny, which is normal, and it'll start to get kind of bubbly as well. So that's what you want to see. So you just give it a good stir and then cover it again with the same cloth you've been using, and then you do it again in the evening before you go to bed. Now you're ready to make your bread dough. So you're going to take 4 cups of white bread flour, or 520 grams of flour, and combine that with 2 teaspoons of salt. You will then take 385 grams of water and combine that with your sourdough starter that you've been feeding for the last several days. You're going to combine the two until they create a milky liquid. You will then add wet to the dry mixture and mix until combined. After it's been thoroughly mixed, you are going to let it rest for 15 minutes, covering the dough with a damp kitchen towel. After the dough has rested for 15 minutes, you're going to uncover it and do some more kneading. Using wet fingertips helps to help it not stick so much to your fingers. You are then, after this, going to cover it again, wait another 15 minutes. After it's rested 15 minutes, you repeat the process with wet fingertips, kneading the dough into itself to help it become a more smooth, elastic consistency. After this process is done, you'll cover it, and it will need to rest for 8 to 12 hours. So this process may be best started in the evening, so it can rest overnight, or early in the day so it can rest all day. The dough has now rested 8 to 12 hours and is ready for its final kneading. Again, using wet fingertips to help not stick your fingers to the dough. After the dough has been kneaded, you are going to put it in a new clean bowl and place it in the fridge while your oven preheats. You will need to turn your oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit and put the dish that you're going to be baking the bread in. Go ahead and put that in the oven and let it preheat with the oven. Once your oven is preheated to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, you will take out your baking dish and place the refrigerated dough in the container. It's best to do some cuts to help it expand better in the oven. I might recommend that you spray your bowl or put some parchment down before you put it in the fridge. This helps it to not stick like mine did. It then goes into the oven for 25 minutes. After the 25 minutes, you will lower the temperature to 450 degrees and remove the lid. You can then allow for additional cooking, 10 to 15 minutes if needed. Once the bread is cooked through and has a hard exterior, you can remove it from the oven and serve as you like. We like to put butter on top just to help the crust not get too hard, and it tastes pretty good. All right, there you go. Enjoy.